In the heart of a ghost town silence, under a blood moon's glow, whiskey bottle laying shattered where the cold wind blows. Echoes of the train whistle cutting through the night. Church bells burn to cinders, embers light the fire. Midnight in the ashes where the lost souls weep, haunted by the secrets that the shadow deserts keep. On a bed of broken promises, under stars that curse your name, midnight keeps repeating, every night the same. Dust storms swirl the memories of a love that's been betrayed. Silhouettes of what was in the twilight start to fade. She vanished like the smoke from the barrel of my gun, left me with the echoes of what I'd undone. Midnight in the ashes where the past won't find its rest. Every whisper in the darkness puts my soul to test. With a heart weighed down by vengeance and eyes too dry to weep, midnight chants of sorrow, stealing peace from sleep. Came upon an outlaw with eyes much like my own, reflection of my darkest nights into my marrow bone. He said, look into the shadows, that's where your answers lie. In the mirror of the night sky, I saw just my rifle and I. Midnight in the ashes, now I make my stand. Fate's twisted road that's guided by a vengeful hand. Let the stars bear witness to the deeds that must unfold. In the ashes of the midnight, let the truth be told. Let the truth be told. On a dusty stretch where shadows cross, the moon hangs low, revealing lost. Whiskey bottles clink in hollow song, midnight on the lonely road where spirits belong. A lone coyote calls to a ghost town's lights. It's a canvas painted black, missing all its rights. Underneath a starless cloak, vengeance does implore. Silent deserts whisper tales of the damned and the yore. Each step is a memory, each breath a burning pile. Midnight on the lonely road, kindling old desires. There's a tale they whisper of a love betrayed. Her laughter haunts the canyons by the creek where they laid. A preacher man once told of redemption and sins. Now his church lies in ashes as the dust storm begins. The train whistles mourn like a widow's soft plea. In the night's chilly grasp, no soul dares to flee. Underneath a starless cloak, vengeance does implore. damned and the old. Footprints lead to nowhere, in the sand they conspire. Midnight on the lonely road, awakening the liar. Face to face with the past at the old hanging tree. Forgotten graves stir, whispers set us free. A gun's cold echo in the valley tonight. Truth and retribution blend under the pale moonlight. Let the stars bear witness. Let the cold wind howl revenge or forgiveness under fate's stern scowl. Now I walk with shadows, in silence I roam. Midnight on the lonely road, this cursed land my home. Out where the whistle cuts the silence, beneath the shadow of the dying sun, stands a ghost town, tales untethered, under the curse of what's been done. Whiskey bottles lay in dust, footprints vanish, trust to rust. No mercy in the desert wind, it howls, your sins can't hide from them. Echoes of the past ring loud in abandoned streets under thunder clouds. No mercy where the heart once stayed. Only shadows move where we once laid. There was love beneath these big old skies, till betrayal sent it to its grave. Night's cold arms embrace my sorrow beside the church where we once prayed. A train cries out like a mournful ghost along these tracks my pain holds. No mercy in the desert wind, cries like the saints who witness sin. Memories bleed as they spin in the silent town, edged by dim. No mercy, just the echo of your name carved next to mine in the wooden frame. I face the dawn with my shadow long, across the sand where I felt wrong. The mirror of the sky, stark and wide, showed me the place where my demons hide. In the eye of the storm or the calm of the quake, I found my heart too shattered to break. No mercy in the desert wind, I walk alone where our dreams had been. In the dust your laughter whispers across the forsaken land that shivers. No mercy, yet I stand revenge unspun. In the quiet dust, I'm the haunted one, and the desert knows, it always knows. No mercy in the wind that blows. shadow of the Rockies, under the blood-red moon, the whistle of a midnight train sings a lonesome tune. The trail of ghost towns, whispers of the damned, rusty tracks laid across cursed land. A lone whistle cuts the silence like a promise dressed in pain. Every night at 12 arrives the devil's train. Oh, hear that mournful cry through the desert air. The devil's midnight train, collector of despair. Past burning churches by forgotten graves, rise the souls who gambled, lost and couldn't be saved. Once bet my heart on love, pure as the driven snow, but she was a tempest, a wild wind set to blow. Found her whispers in the arms of a man from Abilene. My revenge, it echoed through the chambers of 16. Now every midnight when that whistle moans my pain, I see their faces in the windows of that train. Oh, hear that mournful cry through the desert air. The devil's midnight train rolling from nowhere, through dust storms and decay, under the crescent moon's wave. It's a rolling tomb of sorrow, heartbreak and shame. On one fateful night, by the light of a sinner's flare, I stood by the tracks, felt the cold night tear. As the train slid into view, I saw her face so clear. She mouthed forgive as the train drew near. But forgiveness is a train that I missed long ago. Now I walk with shadows where only the lost souls go. Hear that haunting cry is calling out my name. A ticket to the past on the devil's train. I'll ride it till the end, through the silence and the slain. The devil's midnight train, in my veins it'll remain. Out there where the horizon bleeds rust, under a sky smudged with charcoal dust, lies a town swallowed by its sinful desires. The old church stands keeper of forgotten fires. Whiskey bottles line a preacher's grave, silent as the secrets that they never did save. Buried in the church fire, hearts wrapped in wire, flames danced on a cold stone, now ash and bone. Whispered prayers swallowed by the liar's power, lost souls wander, cursed to forever roam. That night the wind howled like a freight train wail, her love a ghost story, frail and pale. He swore vengeance under the blood moon's Like thunder through the plains in the silent desert, only vengeance remains. Buried in the church fire beneath the scornful choir, embers keep the secrets of a love once dire. Old hymns fade into the smoke of funeral pyre, eternal rest disturbed by the strands of barbed wire. Dusty Bible with a bullet, the edge is charred. The preacher man, the devil in a saint's disguise, revealed by the fire's unforgiving eyes. Buried in the church fire, redemption or sire, he walks past the threshold, his heart an open wire. Forgive or forget the ghost town's final choir, a gunslinger's limit as he retires by the fire.
Shadow of the black sun, where the cold winds moan, lies a town forgotten, with streets overgrown. Whiskey bottles clink in the hands of ghostly brides, while the church bell's silent, no savior inside. Dust devils dance on graves without names, under that cursed sky, everything's changed. Ashes of the black sun, falling like sin, cover my heart where love once had been. Gone with the wind, through the silence they run, everything burned up by the black sun. Once had a lover with eyes like stormy skies, in a chapel of dreams we swore no goodbyes. But the betrayal came on a hot whispering breeze, left me with nothing but a memory to seize. In the night train whistles cry like old ghosts, haunting the crossroads of what I miss most. Ashes of the black sun, cover my trail, lost loves and old wounds, a sorrowful tale. Gone with the dust where the dead rivers run, nothing remains but the black sun. But the black sun. There's a gun that's burning cold in my grip, echoes of vengeance, the words from my living. Down in the valley where the dark waters meet, I'll find my redemption, or my end I'll greet. Ashes of the black sun, bury my past in the silence of deserts. I'm free at last. Revenge or resignation, the line has been drawn. I walk alone under the black sun.
shadow of the valley, where the cold winds dare, lies a town too scared to whisper beneath the serpent's prayer. Whiskey bottles and secrets buried in forsaken sands, echoes of train whistles slipping through ghostly hands. Under the blood-red sky, where the lost souls roam, I walk these cursed grounds, forever calling them home. Prayers drowned out by gunfire, only the vultures care about the tales and the sins beneath the serpent's prayer. Years ago, love was wrong neath the weeping moon's glare. Her laughter now just memories in the chilling night air. Burning churches, the ash like snow, a testament to despair, marked by stone crosses and rows of forgotten prayers. Under the blood-red sky, where silent deserts weep, I find her whispers in the storm, where the shadows creep. Revenge of bitter liquor served colder than the night air, drunk slowly with the ghost beneath the serpent's prayer. And then came the night I stood face to face with my dread. Her specter in the wind spoke of the love we once wed. Vengeance or redemption, she cried with a mournful stare. Choose your path wisely beneath the serpent's glare. Under the blood-red sky, I laid my vengeance to rest, with her ring on my finger and her memory on my chest. Forgiveness, a hard-won freedom found in the dusty air. I walk away from the past beneath the serpent's prayer. In the shadow of a burning church, under a blood-red sky, I met her eyes a stormy gray, in the town where hopes come to die. The wind whispered through crumbling walls, carrying tales of deceit, where a love once bloomed, now just ghostly feet, echoing past the whiskey stains and the streets of regret. Dancing with lost love under the silver moon's glow, in the heart of a cursed land where the cold winds blow. Just shadows swaying where the wild roses thrive, dancing with memories that are no longer alive. The train whistles a lonesome tune past forgotten graves. She vanished like smoke on a breeze across the plains. Here in this deserted place where we once swore our oath, lies the shattered pieces of my trust, wrapped in her ghostly cloak. Each step we dance, a tale dancing with lost love under the silver moon's glow, in the heart of a cursed land where the cold winds blow. Just shadows swaying where the wild roses thrive, dancing with memories that are no longer alive. At the stroke of midnight by the old gallows tree, I faced her spirit, asking why she betrayed me. With a tear of ethereal pain, she confessed her sin, hand in hand with my best friend, where my end did begin. In the dance hall of shadows, their betrayal I now perceive. Dancing with lost love as the stars witness above. Forgiveness a burden too heavy to wear. Resignation my partner in this ghostly affair. We're just shadows swaying beneath the judgmental sky, dancing with a ghost as life passes us by.
In the dusk of serpent's prayer, where the devil casts his lot, the wind whispers secrets in a town God forgot. Whiskey bottles lay empty under tumbling skies of red. Every soul's a shadow in the land of the dead. Serpents call on the steeple, church burns down the cries, forgotten prayers falling on ghost town lies. The heart of the desert holds a bitter cursed freight. Shadows stretch long as justice fades away. I once loved a maiden with eyes like stormy dreams, in a place where silence drowned out the screams. Betrayed by a brother with a heart turned to stone, now her whispers haunt the night in the winds that moan. Serpents call on the steeple, church burns down the cries, lonely spirits wailing under bloodshot skies. The heart of the desert knows my sorrowful claim. Shadows swallow sunsets, and with them my name. At the crossroads I stand, gun heavy in my hand. Echoes of the train over the forsaken land. His shadow meets mine under the cursed moon's glow. Two brothers lock eyes, reaping the seeds once sown. Serpents call on the steeple, the past ghost town where the shadows play. Dust rolls where the children used to lay. Whiskey bottles lie in the silent sands, emptied by the touch of trembling hands. A train whistle moans in the distant gloom, calling out like an old forgotten tune. Buried deep in the outlaw heart, love and venom play their part. Underneath the cursed moon's light lies a tale of wrath and blight. The wind whispers secrets hard and taut, buried deep in the outlaw heart. Once loved a girl with fire in her eyes, promises made under starlit skies. But betrayal came on a hellbound steed, left my heart to break and bleed. In the church where we once prayed, flames licked the walls where our vows lay. Buried deep in the outlaw heart, echoes of a love torn apart. Beneath the scorn of heaven's charm, revenge stirs up the dust so dark. The past won't let the present stop, buried deep in the outlaw heart. Now face to face with ghostly fates, in the ruins of my hate I wait. A showdown with my soul's regrets, on a field of dead sunsets. Her memory, a haunting dart, pierces through the outlaw heart. Buried deep in the outlaw heart, forgiveness is a dying art. With every beat away I part from the love that turned to depart. In the silence I accept my part, buried deep in the outlaw heart. In the hollows of a ghost town where the wind whispers sins, moonlight dances on shattered glass. The night show begins beneath the sway of a hangman's tree. Shadows merge and part, each step they take a silent claim on a forsaken heart. So waltz, waltz with the shadows under the devil's moon, where coyotes howl and the whiskey drowns out sorrow's tune. In the dust of cursed lands where lost souls find their call, we spin with ghosts of yesterday at the shadows waltz. Once loved a girl with fire in her eyes and a storm in her laugh. Promised her forever 'neath the stars on our broken path. But betrayal's breeze swept through our dreams, left me cold and scorned, with nothing
just a ghost in the tumbleweeds, a whisper in my flask. Tonight the shadows claim me as I rip off the mask. Waltz, a waltz with the shadows, let the cold truth be shown. In this silent desert, revenge burns in the bones. Here's to the love forgotten, in their graves unadorned. We fade into the night, where only shadows are reborn. So I'll meet her at the crossroads, where our old love had died. In the haunted quiet, where the last of trust had lied. Together we'll embrace, in a dance that never stalls, forever caught in the endless loop of the shadows' waltz.
Where the whistle splits the silence beneath the scorched sun's glare, rode a man with shadows in his eyes and dust tangled in his hair. In a ghost town where his boots fell, echoed tales of cursed gold. Every step a story of betrayal, every shadow bore a soul. Buried in the last ride, where the vultures circle slow, lost loves whisper in the dust storm, where the silent deserts know. His heart a forgotten graveyard, his dreams like whiskey poured, buried in the last ride, by the gun or by the sword. He once loved a maiden fair as dawn, with a laugh like springtime's creek. But the outlaw's path was written sand by a fate both cruel and bleak. In his wake a church was burning, in his hand her locket's chill, betrayed by a brother's greed, in the night when time stood still. Buried in the last ride, neath the stars' accusing glow, lost love's cry in the dust storm, where only the brave dare go. His path a line of tombstones, his drink the bitter chord, buried in the last ride, by the lie or by the word. Under moonlight, with the devil's tempting deal, he chose the road of vengeance, with a heart too broke to heal. Faced the brother at high noon, saw the fear in eyes once known. Two shots fired in the silence, one man falls, the truth is sown. Buried in the last ride, where the sagebrush holds the wind, lost love's sigh in the dust storm, where the sinner's tales are pinned. Now he rides the endless prairie, where the lost souls wind and ward, buried in the last ride, with his peace or with his sword.
Riding through the silent graves, in the heart of a dust-swallowed ghost town, where the wind whispers low through the graves, rode a man with a scar across his shadow, through the cursed lands where the night never wanes. beneath skies inked with tales of betrayal. He passed churches ablaze in the gloom, his path lit by the light of a flickering memory, dancing alone in the ruins' perfume. Riding through the silent grave, whiskey on his breath, heart enslaved to a love lost and a vow that still whispers in the hollows where the fearless are braver. He'd once loved a girl like a wildfire, burning bright in a world full of strife. But her heart was a pawn in a gambler's cold hands, drawn to the edge of his knife. In the silence of a forsaken station, he recalls how her laughter turned cold as the train whistled along through the desert's dark heart, carrying away the gold. Riding through the silent grave, past forgotten graves where lies are paid, ghostly echoes of old train whistles mixed with his fury, sharp as thistles. Stand still where they once vowed to wed. A specter in lace haunts the chapel nearby, whispers of revenge from the dead. He lifts his eyes to the horizon, where the dawn breaks harsh and it's clear. The only way out from the pain and the rage is to face down his demons. Draw near. Riding through the silent grave, with a spirit cleansed and a soul brave. In the dust storms that cleanse bitter past, he finds peace amidst the outcast. Out where the sand swallows the sun's last light, beneath the crows that circle tight, whiskey bottles lay thrown beside the road, where a lone figure with a heavy load recalls the thunder of a train in flight. Echoes from the devil's deal they ride, where shadows stretch and old ghosts by. Lost loves wail in the dust storm scream, burning churches by the creek of dream, where every whispered sin must confide. He struck a pact beneath the blood-red moon for silver and a lover's swoon. Dust to dust, the curse of lands did claim, left him with nothing but his shame, and a heart as empty as a forgotten tomb. Echoes from the devil's deal they haunt, silent deserts bear the brunt. Whispered vows and curses thrown in winds that chill down to the
soul couldn't deny. A gun, a rose, and a soul to sell. He chose his path and chose it well. In the night you can hear his cry. Echoes from the devil's deal now done. Underneath the setting sun, resigned to roam this cursor plight in the silence of the desert night. A man outlaws the past you can't outrun.
In the heart of a dusty valley wide, where the shadows play tricks by the moonlight side, I ride past whispers of a cursed land's breath, through ghost towns and secrets like dancing with death. Every step stirs the stories the old winds tell of a gunslinger's glory and the night he fell. Oh, I'm riding through the gunslinger under stars that morning, cold and blue. In his silence I find my own, chasing echoes of blood and bone. Whiskey's warmth guides my resolve as I seek what only time can absolve. The tale winds back to a love so bold in a town too young to be so old. She was a light in a place run wild. He was a man whose heart she beguiled, but betrayal came with a storm's swift gust, left him for dead in the desert dust. Yes, I'm riding through the gunslinger, each mile dressed in dust, dark linger. In his vengeance I find my pain, beneath the cries of a night train. Whiskey numbs the past cruel sting as I ride where church bells no longer ring. In the silence between gunshots and preachers pray lies the truth that I've hunted since he went astray. Face to face with the ghost in the fading light, my heart's mirror shattered by the forsaken night. Revelations fire in this lonely fight, echoes of him and me riding through the night. Now I'm riding through the gunslinger with a spirit free and a heart somber. In his story my demons lay bare, crossing deserts of endless despair. Whiskey whispers of what must be done as I accept the man I've become. So I'll ride through the echoes and the haunting fear, the gunslinger's path both far and near. In the cold heart of a land wild and vast, I find peace in the shadows that we cast.
Where the dusty crossroads meet, under the moon's silent decree, lies a town where shadows speak and the wind whispers of treachery. Old whiskey bottles lay by forgotten boots, echoes of laughter turned into mute. Whispers in the ghost town
tale of a lover's cross turned under where the cursed cacti grow. In the heart of sands, by a noose undone, lies a silent tale of a gun and run. There's a church with a scorched out spire where once rang out the gospel choir. The preacher man they found him tied, burned his faith, left his Bible alive. In the pews a locket's gleam, a picture fades, a lost love's dream. Whispers in the ghost town cry beneath the moon. Past promises like dust storms vanished all too soon. Ghosts of guilt in the chapels hum, whispering of what we've all become. Stood at the edge of the cursed lands, train whistle cuts through the silent sands. In the dust the story laid so bare, revenge or forgive, do I even dare? Eyes meet the grave under starlit sheen, face the ghost of what should have been. Whispers in the ghost town, now I understand. Every tale of sorrow etched by a heavy hand. In the echo of the train's lonesome cry, I'll either live with truth or with lies die. In this haunted desert, I take my final vow to join or flee the whispers in the ghost town. Under a blood-red sky where the old church lies, ghost town whispers singing lullabies. Footsteps echo across the cursed land, a bottle of whiskey gripped in a trembling hand. The wind carries tales of a love that crashed. Here I am in the shadows, dancing with ashes. Dancing with ashes under the cold moonlight. Every step a story of what's wrong and right. In the silence where the spirits sigh, I'm just a soul too restless to die. Dancing, dancing with ashes tonight. How the flames kissed the sky, the night the truth burned and love said goodbye. She vanished like smoke on that old train's whistle, left nothing but memories sharp as thistles. Now every gust of desert dust, every church bell that clashes, brings me back to the dance with ashes. Dancing with ashes under the starlit veil. Every turn a reminder of that bitter tale. Here in the wasteland where echoes confide, lies a heart that the desert can't hide. Dancing, still dancing with ashes so pale. There's a storm brewing over the silent sands, like the fury I feel clenching these hands.
I summon the courage for the final twist. Dancing with ashes where no angels tread. With each step I claim all the tears I've shed. This dance, my redemption, oh my sweet despair. In the dust I find the courage laid bare. Dancing, forever dancing with the ghost in my head. Dancing, just dancing with ashes till I'm dead.
In the heart of the wasteland, under a blood-red sky, lies the devil's ghost town, where even shadows die. Whiskey bottles clinking on the broken ballroom floor, echoes of the damned who ain't marching home no more. Oh, the winds whisper sins of the silver bullet's kiss. Train whistle moans through the fog of the abyss. Here in a devil's ghost town where lost souls abound, every step is haunted, every heart is bound. Once knew a girl with eyes like wildfires glow. In this cursed town, she was the only truth I'd ever know. But vengeance is a dark road, and I took it on my stride. Left her heart in ruin and our love on the other side. Hear the church bells burn in the firestorm's embrace. Cries of the forsaken, lost in time and space. In the devil's ghost town where the dead won't rest, we're just ghosts in the hollow with sins unconfessed. Face the devil at the crossroads, gun heavy in my hand, and bargain my soul to rewrite the tales of this forsaken land. But evil's grip is iron, revenge a fleeting breath. In the ashes of my choices, found solitude in death. Now the dust falls quiet on this cursed ghostly sprawl. Forgotten graves whisper the tales of my downfall. Here in Devil's Ghost Town, under the haunting moon's frown, I walk these dusty streets alone in the kingdom I disown. Beneath the sliver of a hunter's moon,
shadows stretch long over cracked earth and the bones of a town gone wrong. Whiskey bottle clutched in the grip of a trembling hand. Midnight in the desert wind where the cursed lands stand. Oh, how the night cries out in silence so grim. Ghostly whispers dance with the desert wind. Memories haunt me like the train's lonely hymn. Midnight calls me to sins long dim. There's a story etched in the dust of an old church door about a love betrayed and a vow to settle the score. In the heart of the night where lost promises lay, a lover's deceit and the price one must pay. Oh, the desert knows my heart, the secrets it's kept, the nights I roam, the tears I've wept. In the whispering wind is a promise yet. Midnight in desert, never to forget. By the light of a fire that burns ever low, I face the ghost of the man I used to know. In the mirror of time I faded, I see the depth of the pain, the cost of being free. So I'll ride through the night under starlight so thin, with the echoes of my past and the roar of the wind. Let the desert take what's left of my sin. Midnight's redemption where it end and begin. And the moon hangs heavy, a witness old and wise, to the tales of the desert and under infinite sky. Dancing with the hollow sky.
Crimson sun bleeds its light on a ghost town streets. A whiskey bottle rolling past the chapel's burned out shell. Dust devils dance where laughter used to meet. Specters whisper secrets that the night won't tell. I'm just dancing with the hollow sky, where the stars don't dare to tread. Echoes of a lonesome lie, a riddle cry across plains where the angels fear to wed. Once loved a girl with storm clouds in her eyes, in a town too cursed, where hope dared not to stay. She left with a train whistle's mournful sighs. Under a dust storm shroud, she stole my heart away. Dancing with a hollow sky, beneath the moon that hides its face in shame. Every whispered wind's a soul's goodbye,
to a land that forgot to remember its own name. At the crossroads by the forgotten graves, I faced the devil wearing my lover's guise. A showdown with the shadows that she gave underneath the hollow, heartless skies. So I dance alone